Hey everybody, this is Greg. Welcome back to the channel. You know, in these uncertain times, markets are crashing harder than a super mutant through a drywall. Your 401ks have turned into 301ks. Fear not, citizens. While democracy flounders and the NCR prints more money than sense, the House always wins. Yes, today we're booting back up into Old World Blues mod for Hearts of Iron 4, where I, your benevolent, ageless, cyber-capitalist overlord, will bring order, profit, and stylish architecture to the Mojave. Oh yes. Forget gold, forget crypto. We're investing in lasers, robots, and one very smug old man in a tube. Let's play as Mr. House and bankrupt the Wasteland into a better tomorrow. Alright, well, welcome back to the Wasteland, and we are New Vegas. So let's go ahead and take a look at where we're starting. So obviously, Mr. House, old man in the tube, is running things. So we've got Captain of Industry, decent perks to infrastructure and civilian factory construction, which we're going to need. We don't really have much of that. We also have the Jewel of the Mojave, which is pretty cool for caps income. I don't really quite remember how that works, but I believe you can use caps for special abilities. We have the Treaty of New Vegas that we signed with the NCR, so at the moment we have peace. We also have Robotics Genius, which pretty cool for robot research and production, which obviously we're going to lean really heavily into. We don't really have any manpower, so we're going to have to utilize robots as much as possible. We do have production policies down here because we have Ropco Industries, which gives us a pretty great research bonus there to our robots, and also looks like some reliability and breakthrough for our robots as well. So all good things, all good things. All right, so looking what we have here, we do have one leader or one military leader here. We have Securitron AI, which is awesome. I love the art. We do have some robots. We have Securitron patrols currently. So if we go into our templates here, we do have, I love it. I love the little models. Oh, it's awesome. Last time I was playing this, I didn't have this. This is fantastic. Cool. So these are kind of like our special forces, I suppose, which is awesome. Decent soft attack and defense and everything, at least for this game. We also have some militia and some light robot Protectron devices here, so not bad, not bad. We're never really going to be a military power. I'm hoping that we can beg, barter, and steal our way through the Wasteland, but we'll see. So we do have a few military factories here. We're making Securitrons, which is great. I'm also going to go ahead and start making some basic caravan equipment, which is, as I understand, is kind of like your motorized or your vehicles. That way we can have supply. As for research, I'm going to go ahead and probably lean in heavily towards our industry initially, working through this as much as possible to try to get our production up and also our manpower. We have no manpower, so I want to make sure I lean into agriculture as much as possible, get that up. Now, if we're looking at a robotic tech that we already have, we actually have quite a few things already unlocked. Obviously, we have the Mr. Gutsy, but then, of course, over here we have our PDQ Securitrons, which are pretty cool. And it looks like we do have some upgrades that we can add later on here for a little bit of research time, which is pretty cool. Just adds to their heart attack and air attack. We also have Scurry bots and prime prototypes, heavy quadrupeds, and an iron colossus. Holy cow. Look at this thing. Oh, man. Holy cow, look at this thing. This is insane. It's like a giant beetle. I love it. We definitely need some of these guys. Okay, we do have a decent focus tree here. More stuff may pop off later on. So we'll go ahead and start out with Judgment Day. In 2065, House predicted that a nuclear exchange between the US and China would take place within the next 15 years, and decided to put all of his resources in protecting his home city of Las Vegas. He had his own hotel, the Lucky 38 Casino, fitted with radar jamming systems, missile arrays, and a laser defense network, and life support systems. So we'll start down that focus and see where we go. Okay, well, the Great War, when it hit Vegas here. So how did we respond? Did we prioritize protecting the suburbs and Jacobstown, or my laser defenses targeted missiles headed for military industry? My gut says civilian factories, but I'm going to go with the extra arms factories. Unstable system. Without the platinum chip, I couldn't upgrade my Securitrons or my defenses. Numerous power cuts, rampant data corruption, and coma were the result of my failure. Selecting the pawns. Before the war, Las Vegas was a city of dreams where fortunes were won and lost in an instant. To recapture that feeling and reap the profits, to draw a crowd from across the wasteland with bright neon lights, I need to reopen the casinos. So Vegas shall become the shining jewel of humanity's future. So we're going to open Gomorrah. Okay, we're reopening Gomorrah, which I believe focuses on prostitution and other things like that. So, you know, the vicey of vices. So we've got a couple options here. So how do we want to proceed? We can do Slitherkin. We're incredibly dangerous, and that's why I like them. So the Omertas, we could pick them to effectively run Gomorrah. It's going to hurt our population, but it's going to give us a reduction in consumer goods and trade tariff boost and some political power. Or we could say consequences be damned and go the other route here with the false Khanate. We're going to lose a ton of stability, and yeah, I don't know if that's the better option. I don't think it is. We'll go ahead and pick the... Okay, we're reopening the Ultra Lux as well. Now, how do we want to proceed here? I've uplifted the Damned to become my white gloves. Or I can say I can let the Fiends paint the town red. We take another huge hit to stability if we do this, but we're adding more attack. I don't know. I'm not really leaning into the attack for New Vegas. I mean, we can have good defense, but we're not going to be really like a military superpower. So I'm going to go with the white gloves. Okay, we're reopening the Tops. After cleaning up the Ultra Lux for better or for worse, I had one final casino of the staff, the Tops. In its prime, the Tops was the place for the respected middle-class working man. It did not offer carnal pleasures like its neighbor, Gomorrah, nor were the drinks as expensive as cigars like in the Ultra Lux. It was a place where the stakes were low and the drinks were hard, and the stage was populated with class acts. So how do we want to proceed here? We could, despite being a snake, Benny's intelligence proved irresistible, so we could add a chairman. Political power gain, recruitable population hit, and military leader cost. Cool. Also the kings, we could gain some stability, lose training time, 20%. I think I'm going to go with Benny's and the chairman here. I think that's a better option. Yeah, and so we do have new modifiers now since we've opened those 3 casinos here. We have the chairman, we have white gloves, and the Omert. Okay, do we want to expand inward or outwards for Vegas? If we go inwards, we're going to get some more building slots, an arms workshop, and a civvy. We do outwards, we did gain some infrastructure. I think, you know, narratively, we got to go inwards, right? I mean, it's Mr. House's town. But for the time being, let's go ahead and choose the old authority. Long ago, I ruled Vegas with my machines and my wealth. There were none in the city that could stand against me, and now, more than ever, that is true. Now, we'll have to be careful. It's early on, and Caesar's Legion is already expanding against a few factions, so, yeah, we're going to have to be pretty wary of those guys. I'm trying to recruit more Securitron divisions, but our production of Securitrons is pretty damn slow. It takes a very, very long time to build a robot, apparently. Who knew? Oh, yes, we have the Followers of Apocalypse pop up here, so, yeah, these scientist types, we can either let them in or let them in. So, let them come, and they'll do what they'll do. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and get Mr. New Vegas into our cabinet, because an extra 5% recruitable pop is, you know, pretty great when you have no manpower. Okay, we're going to be securing the north here. I have no idea what this does. We do have quite a few bottle caps, 174,000 as we get more tourists into the city, which is kind of our main goal. So I'm going to spend some of that on some different things here. I'm thinking about investing in some small business here, which is going to help our construction speed, which is great. So we can bring some more companies into New Vegas here. So I'm thinking a lot of these are pretty cool, but population is always a problem. So let's go ahead and bring in the New Vegas Clinic. That's going to give us a boost of 15% to our monthly population. Huge. Okay, well, it's happened before. It'll happen again. So the Sky Reavers north of us here are demanding tribute. The Raiders want some money, or they're going to come and, you know, take some of our stuff. They can raid our lands, but we do have 3 Securitron divisions, so I'm going to basically tell them to piss off. Okay, I think it's time that we start developing our casinos. I don't know which one's better to start with, honestly. We just gained some factories out of all of them here, so we get an arms factory or a civvy, some bottle caps, or building slots. We'll just start at the Ultra Lux. The NCR is victorious in Navarro. Following the withdrawal of restriction, or the remaining opponents, I should say, the new California Republic has once again emerged as the undisputed controller of the Navarro frontier. It looks like the president has been removed from office in the NCR. I wonder how this will play out. Let's go ahead and start working down our automated warfare tree for our army, or our legion of Securitron robots, rather. Cool. Yeah, it looks like we're going to get in some more organization, soft attack, hard attack, or all good things. Excellent. The numbers are in, and we have beaten Reno for tourists this season, so excellent. We gain an extra 5k bottle caps for every 1,000 tourists. Fantastic. The house always wins. And so we gain some extra bottle caps. We also gain extra development to New Vegas. Very cool. I'm a little concerned about Caesar's Legion and Lannis's cohort here. They're just taking everybody down. Now, I do love this mod. I think Old World Blues is probably one of the best mods ever made for Hearts of Iron 4. It's terrific. It is what it is. Having to build a more and more elaborate mod onto a game that came out in 2016. The bones of which are from 2016. So, yeah. It basically kind of run into the issue, you have all these wars kicking off all over the Wasteland, that the game is really coming down to a slog. It's really slowing down quite a bit. Well, it looks like our friends next door in the Mojave territories are at war with the Brotherhood. The Mojave chapter of the Brotherhood. Well, it looks like the Brotherhood has destroyed the Mojave territories. They're just fighting on the frontier, and we're just hanging out in our casinos. We're like, we see nothing. We see nothing. All right, let's go ahead and focus on Vault 21. The vault below New Vegas is a source of great pride for the people of New Vegas, yet it could also be the source of great wealth. The secrets and resources in the lower levels are vast and important. Yet it could be easily made into a simple and affordable method of housing the best clientele. The secrets of Vault 21. Vault 21 was a pre-war experiment set up by Vault Tech to observe how a society based around gameplay would function in isolation. Surprisingly, unlike numerous horror stories found in the Wasteland, this vault got by without complications. I think extra recruitable pop and stability is the way to go. And another tourism season has concluded, and we have absolutely destroyed New Reno's tourism industry. We have double the tourists that they have, which is awesome. We're going to gain a ton of battle caps out of that, and more development for New Vegas. Money, 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 money. So I'm just continuing to work our way down the automated warfare tree. I'm going down quality over quantity because we're just not producing enough Securitrons, honestly. Even building a ton of factories, it takes so long to build. So I think this is the direction we want to go here. We're just trying to boost them as much as possible. So we got breakthrough and soft attack bonuses here. So hopefully that'll be enough. We keep adding those to our robots. I would love to maybe change our templates around. I have no idea what is optimal in this mod, but I can imagine that 10 with anything isn't optimal. So it's here. The battle for Hoover Dam. Scribes, paladins, knights, relics of the past and future. Against them stand the Legion. Who will come out on top? So the fate of the Mojave lies in the balance. So, yeah, it was going to happen eventually. Yeah, Caesar has 100 divisions, which is absolutely insane in this mod. Absolutely insane. Mr. House has decided to construct a reclamation authority devoted to promoting scavenging in the Wasteland. Heck yeah, we have. Let's go see if we can find some secrets. Oh, the National Guard has fallen. I'll give the Brotherhood this. They're holding out a lot longer than I thought they would. But I think it's inevitable. I'm sure Caesar, they're going to overwhelm him eventually. They just have the numbers. Heaven help us if they try to come for Vegas. So I'd love to be able to upgrade our Securitrons, but it's telling me we need a Mark II operating system. And, I don't know how we get better OS. It's got to be somewhere in our focus tree here. I am not seeing it anywhere. Okay, I'm going to try to build some bunkers along the border with what's going to be Caesar. And hopefully, between the bunkers and the robots, we'll be able to keep them from just overrunning Vegas. We've won the tourism season again. Excellent. And just like that, the Mojave chapter is gone. Caesar has won again. Caesar and Caesar's lackeys are just going ham. Oh boy. Well, hopefully the NCR can protect us, because I don't know that these robots are gonna be able to stop anything. We're gonna instruct the White Glove Society to stop eating people, because reasons. We have plenty of food. We don't need to eat people. Come on, folks. Let's have a little more class. Yeah, that's a lot of bad guys on our border. Yikes. Allgood Murphy has been elected president of the NCR. I think this is usually bad for them. And just like that, Caesar has come knocking down our door. We shall defend New Vegas to the last robot. I don't know if Plane of Robots was the greatest idea, but this is what Mr. House would do. All right, we're gonna last stand it. Yeah, we're starting to get pushed back in several places here. Yeah, the robots, they're okay. They're okay. Where we have the ability to defend with better terrain, we're doing better. Unfortunately, these guys just don't have the hit points that these raiders have. I was trying to recruit more forces, but they're not going to be ready in time. Yeah, even with our defensive fortifications that I built around New Vegas, it doesn't seem to be making much of an impact, actually. Yeah, they can they pierce? Yeah, so they have piercing weapons. New Vegas' downfall. For the first time in living memory, the casinos on New Vegas Strip failed to open for business this morning, largely thanks to their annihilation in the fierce fighting against Caesar's Legion. For days, fighting on the Strip raged as Securitrons and mobs loyal to the great families of the casinos attempted desperately to prevent their precious city from falling into hostile powers. Ultimately, the Strip was lost, and even the families of the Strip continued to stubbornly defend their casinos. Following a direct order from Caesar, the casinos were demolished. Oh my god. With the last mobsters inside them, much to the dismay of the soldier keen on looting the riches. The Securitrons, meanwhile, withdrew in the direction of Mojave's weathered monitoring system, although attempts to find them so far have been successful. Find me those Securitrons. New Vegas has been lost. New Vegas has been occupied by foreign powers, already a stream of refugees fleeing our lands, spreading tales of brutal repression of most loved ones. My god. Yeah, I'm just thinking robots probably aren't the best for defense. Yeah, I don't know. This is not going super well. I'm thinking maybe I should have invested more in militia or just regular infantry. If we can get good defensive positions with our fortifications, we do all right. But the problem is there's just so many troops. They just have so many. There's really not much I can do here. And just like that, New Vegas has completely fallen to the horde of Caesar's Legion. Yeah. Well, we gave it our best attempt. We tried to defend as best as we could, but the Legion is too many for us. I think if I had invested more in militia and straight-up infantry opposed to Securitrons, I think we might have been able to hold out at least a little bit longer. Even with the fortifications I built around New Vegas didn't really seem to help all that much, so yeah, I don't know. I guess in this particular instance, the house does not win. I would have been nice to get some of those awesome robots out, but unfortunately the Legion comes for you so quick, it's a little bit difficult to get through your focus tree in time to unlock those things. Anyways, I hope you guys have had at least some fun watching me suffer. If you have, consider liking and subbing to the channel if you haven't done so already. I drop Hearts of Iron content pretty regularly, and going to be doing a lot more live streams here pretty soon. So anyways, I've been Greg the Gamer. I hope you guys have a terrific day, and I'll be back with you very soon. Take care.